players, fantastic. So I anticipate that it'll be a good game. I think we'll win. I think there's a big crowd who's full here today, so I think we'll win. I think that Croatia are a fantastic team. They did pip us in the summer. I think we'll edge it today.
And how important is it for England to keep Luka Modric quiet? How can they deal with him?
Deal with him collectively through the fact we've got players right the way through the team. We've got high energy. You can get to him quickly when he receives the ball. I don't think we'll do a man marking job on him. I think it'll be a case of, because the type of player he is, he just moves around and will find space. He'll adapt in the game. So it's a case of making sure that the players who are near his team can get quickly. And with the players that we have in midfield, up front, back tackling, the way in which the defence does push up the pitch now and keep a good line, and the compactness between the front and the back, they'll deal with him collectively. I mean, it will be very difficult anyway, but one thing's for certain, as soon as he has the ball, we have to close him down in numbers, and I think that we have got the pace and the energy in the team and the actual endurance to be able to do it.
So if England make it to next summer's finals, then their supporters can start planning a trip to Portugal. Portugal is set to be announced as the tournament host in June after pipping Italy and Poland. The decision, though, is expected to be made in the next month or so. So Harry Kane starts today after being rested for that game against the USA, and that gave the chance for some new talents such as Callum Wilson and Jadon Sancho to impress.
Well, it's great. I think they both played very well in the game in midweek. Jadon's very good 1v1, great skill, great agility to take players on. And what impresses me most about him is his decision making for such a young age. So he's done great since he's been in the camp with us. And yeah, it was delightful for Callum as well. Obviously, as a striker, I always say you have a few chances in a game, and then he took probably the hardest one out of the lot. And I know what it's like to score in your England debut. It's a moment he'll never forget for the rest of his life. So it was great for him to come off and see a smile on his face, and for him to be happy with his performance.
After that game, Rooney said that Kane could break his England goal-scoring records. He's got some way to go, though. He's still 34 goals behind Rooney's total of 53.
He's the man that you would think possibly could do it. He's young, he's fit, he's still in a great shape, so there'd be no reason why he couldn't. He takes penalties, even free kicks, anything he wants. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did break that record. But what I will say, it's not as easy as people think. Many people have tried. Michael Owen, Gary Lineker, nobody could quite beat Bobby Charlton's record. Obviously Wayne did. So hopefully, if Harry keeps going the way he is and stays fit, there's no reason why he can't.
England, let's talk about them in just a second. Let's go to Scotland, and we'll go to actually cricket, sorry, in just a second. England needed just 31 minutes to take the final 3 Sri Lanka wickets today to wrap up a series win in Sri Lanka with a test match to spare. It was the spinners, actually, all 3 that did the damage again. In fact, no England seamer took a wicket, and that was for only the 3rd time in 141 years of Test cricket. It's historic in another way too. The first time England have won an ODI, T20 and Test series on the same tour.
Sri Lanka needed 75 runs, England needed 3 wickets and had history on their side. Since World War I, only 4 teams have scored 65 or more with 3 wickets left to win a Test. No wonder Dick Weller was looking for divine intervention. Sri Lanka added 40 more to crank up the tension even more. The target was down to 61, but then Moeen struck a decisive blow.
Gone. Beautifully bowled, Moeen Ali. Dick Weller, that is the key wicket for England.
It was Stokes had slipped. Dick Weller couldn't contain his frustration.
The biggest thing in my life, bar family, was always England. And I'm hugely patriotic, so there's no other job that could mean as much, and that having success within it could mean as much, because I know it affects so many other things, at a time when...
Clean course and bowled, meaning England were winners by 57 runs. England...
Of negativity, we've had a year where people have found some solace and some hope and some enjoyment, and football's entertainment.
Do you really struggle with what's gone on politically and in the country? Does that occupy your mind a lot, what's happened this year?
It does, because I'm English, so it affects me. I think, first and foremost, I think the Prime Minister has got an impossible job. As a manager, sometimes you have a hand of cards, and you might have a really strong hand or a really weak hand, and she's got an appalling hand. I have to say, given that the 2 jobs have been sort of linked in terms of how difficult they are, for sure, she's welcome to hers at the moment.
It's an interesting point, isn't it? And his approval rating continues to climb and climb. He's talking, Jamie, about England wrestling with its own identity. Has the football team found its identity under Gareth Southgate?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, normally the England team does the Prime Minister a massive favour, but not at the moment. The way they're playing, couldn't be more contrary. But I love what he's doing. You know, he seems to have identified with the young players. They seem to enjoy playing for England again, because it has been a struggle. And I think Gary and I played many years ago, and there were times I used to look at the England team and think, do the players really want to come? Do they want to go and play for England? Can they handle the pressure that it brings? But these players look like they really enjoy it. For some of them, it looks more entertaining than playing for their clubs, because they're playing in a team, sometimes when they're in and out of the domestic game. So, no, I've been so impressed with him. And that interview just sums him up. You know, I played with Gareth Euro in '96. He's a very calm customer, doesn't get fazed a lot. And I think the fact that he struggled as a manager has probably helped him. The fact that he had the struggles at Middlesbrough, but now he looks like a guy that's so comfortable in his own skin.
Do you know what I have to say? I do think St George's Park has really helped, because it's given England a base, an identity where you can help create that atmosphere, where before it was meeting up and going to different training grounds, different hotels. And so after training at St George's Park, you can spend that time connecting as players and as people. So I really do think that base has helped the England team.
I went there on Wednesday, and I was actually part of the transition. So when we went from the Grove to St George's Park, it was unpopular. It was unpopular with players, it was unpopular with the staff. The Grove was a great place to be. It's got the coffee shops, it's got the golf course, it's near to Wembley. And St George's Park is a little bit of a lily shawl feel to it. It's out in the countryside, it's a bit of a pain to get to. And I went on Wednesday, and the interesting thing was they've actually stopped now external parties coming into St George's Park during England being there. So now it's purely just England teams in there. Also, the younger players that are now in the squad, it's all they've ever known. They've never been to the Grove or other hotels before. So what you've now got is a transition from players who used to being at sort of what would be London hotels, who liked it, to players who now in the under 17s, 16s, 18s, 21s, always been at St George's Park. They were always there. They're now coming in, and it does now feel like the vision that was actually wanted in the first place, but it needed that transition away from obviously the players and people who've been used to being away from there.
But in terms of Gareth, you've had a close look at the job for a couple of years. You've seen the complexities, the challenges that the England manager faces. What do you think he's got right?
The big thing that I think that he has, for me, he mentioned there, he thinks of himself as England as being the biggest thing. So when we were playing, say, mid-2000s, you know, for Liverpool, for Manchester United, for Arsenal, the Champions League, the fight for your club always seemed to be the most important. Whereas I think with Gareth, England was always the most important thing for him, probably because he played for what would be clubs that weren't in Champions League football. I think what he's done, he's removed the barrier for players over the last 2 years. So the likes of Chilwell now, the likes of Trippier, I know he was at Tottenham but played at Burnley, Maguire, Pickford, who was at Sunderland, they all feel as though now they can play for England irrespective of the club they played for. That wasn't the case for many, many years with England. You had to feel like you played for a top 4 club to be able to get into the England squad. So I think he's removed that barrier. I think that the fact that he's been in the FA for 4 or 5 years, he understands it, he understands the politics of it. It's not easy. International football is not actually easy. For a manager to come from club football to international football is not easy. They miss that everyday sort of being. He's done it for 4 or 5 years. So he's done a brilliant job. I think the FA needed it. English football needed it more than ever. English football has taken a battering over 20 years. I was actually told a statistic earlier in the week, I think we're the lowest percentage of England players in the Premier League now at 29% it's ever been. So players are continuing to dwindle and get less opportunity in first teams in the Premier League. English coaches have struggled. We don't have any, I don't think there's been an English coach at top 4 club probably for 5-6 years. They don't even get linked with the top clubs in English in the Premier League. So we've taken a battering for 20 years. It needed it last summer. I think the idea of Sancho going to Dortmund is a big thing as well. The idea that we can actually show that young players can compete, not just in youth tournaments, but actually in the best leagues, in the best teams. So there is a change happening at the moment, and Gareth's been at the forefront of that.
I think you're right as well. But even people like Eddie Howe, you know, now we start to realise the managers are out there. A bit like I've said for a while, we've got good talent here. We've also got managers that know the game. But because of the perception of so many foreign managers coming to the Premier League, we tend to look down our noses at them. But look at the job that Eddie Howe's done. You know, another player midweek playing for his club, you know, playing for his country that you'd never have thought a few years ago had the ability to do it. So it shows you we have got the managers, and Gareth, to a certain extent, is a trailblazer.
And then do you actually think as well, because when you look at this England team now, Gareth's emphasis on that it is the team. Yeah. We need everyone, the squad as well. Bringing in, since he's been in charge, 56 players he's brought in, he's willing to experiment, but it's all about the team, not one individual.
That was the one thing that surprised me about Wayne Rooney returning on Thursday, that he's worked so hard to remove that sort of the celebrity idea of the England squad, that no one's bigger than the other. In going to previous tournaments, there was always, we relied upon one star player. He actually seems to have removed that over the last couple of years, and I was happy that he obviously did allow the Wayne Rooney thing to happen on Thursday. But it did surprise, that was the one thing that did surprise. He's fought to remove that idea of an individual standing out above the rest.
And the squad as well. You used to be able to name the squad. You look at it, it was a pointless even looking. It was the same squad every time. With Gareth, it's different. He picks players that you don't expect to be there, just to test them, to find out if they can do it. Because there's been many, and that maybe comes, look, you know, Gary touched on it there, the fact that he played at Villa, the fact that he played at Middlesbrough, and he perhaps didn't see himself as one of the top players as such. He knows what it's like, and the talent that we do possess, that perhaps just need the opportunity to play.
I think it's an interesting point that Joe made. It's a real difficult balance, that. So you've got your squad that you picked the previous month, let's say in June, for the summer friendlies. You're then picking a team in August, you're then picking a team in September and November. You want consistency and continuity, so players build a relationship, so you've got the same players there. But one player could be in form in September, is not in the team in November. So you've got that balance between, well, he did really well for me last month, but he's not played for the last 3 weeks, he's not played at his club. But you want to reward him for what he did for you last month, but he's not played for 3 weeks. We would, when we were there, would angle toward the one who'd done well for us the previous month, maybe, because he built up that confidence and trust. Whereas I think Gareth Gareth has actually adopted the approach completely the opposite. If you played for me last month, but you've not played in the last 2 or 3 weeks for your club, I'll actually play someone who's played. And it's a difficult balance, that sometimes, between trying to build a sort of consistency and a sort of a relationship with players who are doing well for you, and then actually being cynical enough to say, well, actually, you've not played for 2 weeks, I'm
it's that healthy competition for places. Because I suppose when you look at left back, that when you look at Thursday night, we're thinking Ben Chilwell's playing, so actually he's not going to be starting today. But then actually, when you look at it, he played well in his debut when he started against Croatia, that game when he started. Spain, he done well, so actually he deserves to keep the shirt today.
Fabian Delph.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't have expected him to play today, but must have impressed him on Thursday night.
Absolutely.
That's what I think, being able to bring players in like that can adapt. Maybe he's looking at the Croatian midfield and actually, well, okay, I need this sort of player. I know with Delph, I can give you this job and you can implement it for me.
Well, Modric plays on that right side of the three in midfield, and Delph is quick to the ball. He's a good tackle. He can tackle well. You know, he's played at left back as well, obviously, in the last 12 months. So, but he does go and actually does close down Fabian Delph. He takes the ball off you. So Modric, he's adapted obviously to play Delph in that position. He would normally go with more of a footballer there.
Maybe that was always the plan then. There is great excitement, though, building, even expectation around this England team here today. But we've been here before with Croatia, haven't we? Remember 2007 when England under Steve McLaren were beaten here in the rain. The sun is shining today. And next we'll hear from Jordan Pickford on penalties, his incredible year, and one of the saves of his life.
As I'm diving, the ball's on me about there, so I thought use that, but then as I'm in full swing, the ball's moved away from me, so I've got my other hand up, so yeah, my brains worked that time.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Why are you watching me when this could be
It's more frustration, Zach, than anything else. I just threw some up there like whatever anger management. Oh Christ, here's the anger management now.
Shut up, I want a tray. Give us me tray.
Christ, here, there's another
You
shade
won't
inside.
help you. Oh, don't go to that.
Yeah, one. Zach, vegan soup. It's mushroom, oxtail, And noodles. Soup. This means she's so fucking funny. She only walked in for a fucking second. She's a fucking wreck the head. Literally a wreck the fucking head. See, if that's what you call fucking comedy. Oh my god. You need help. Yeah. Fair play to you. That makes one person that likes her. Nobody else likes her. My sister's easy to hate. Oh my god. She's a character, alright, yeah. Zach, definitely a character. Oh, she's definitely a fucking character, alright. Yeah, the sun is exactly shines straight through my window, and it does me head in. Because when I try to fucking stream, I can't.
This next piece of music is called The Love.
30 miles cycling. See, how's it? Delighted for you, Zach. Fair play to you. 30 miles cycling. What time did you start that?
Because every time I thought about the melody, I thought about it different. So what I did, I wrote this poem, and I called this poem Silent Annie. This was my sort of imagine.
Jesus, what time did you start cycling that? Jesus, 30 miles.
Oui.
Fair play to you. You know I have a heap of respect for you, man.
It broke my heart. A tramp lay dying in a park. I knelt beside him to hear him speak. The words he spoke, they were oh so weak. He told me a story of long since past, of his sailing ship with its long grey mast, of his captain's cap with its shining braid, and the wonderful voyages that he made. Silent Annie was his great ship's name. Like a token of love, he spoke her name. She sailed round the Horn, aye more than once. She could cut through the waves like a sharpened lance. Believe me, he said, his eyes filled with tears, like a drunk on a corner trying to remember his years. He reached out his hand, and I took it in mine. I believe you, I said, and he gave a sad smile. I remember the day when they towed her away, her sides to her sore from the sea's angered spray. They said she's unfit for the sail out once more, and they towed her more inward from her own sandy shore. And as he broke my Silent Annie, I watched with a sigh. I remembered her beauty when I was a boy. She was my one love, my life's only dream, when we sailed out together as captain and queen. It started to drizzle, and I felt my hand tight, and he squeezed even harder as he ended the fight. and the crowd they had gathered, and he watched with dismay as the Mamlus men came and they took him away. So I got to my feet and I walked through that park. The sun, it was gone, but it was not yet dark. My body was wet, my clothes were not many, but my mind was aroused by his ship, Sanitani. Lots of luck. Thank you.
Let's put it this way, I've been employed to look after shit. Me socks. Sometimes, like, I say too much and I shouldn't actually say it much at all. There you go. What? What? I haven't sorted out that sunshine. Zach, what is it? What's the row? Toronto Hotel. Alright. Okay. It is racist. Yeah. Yeah. No. See. Zach, you know the two things I hate in life? Stupidity and ignorance. Ignorance is racism, basically. So. Listen, I don't know what to say about that. Everybody deserves to live. I always put myself in other people's situations, and oh, I'm so tired. I haven't even woke up yet. Now or something. Right. What do now? No. Oh, were they? Oh, Foster, yeah. Paul, yeah. Yeah. Paul was supposed to come in there the other night, actually, Zach, but he never fucking did. But, Sean I know very well. And Paul, obviously. Yeah, what they're asking for me. Should I jump in? Why not jump in to be fucking straight? I'm here for fuck's sake. Row's over. Oh. I'll just do Leitrim, will I? Oh, here we go. Have it now, Zach. Let's listen to this.
And now let's go to our Midlands correspondent, Kieran Maloney. And Kieran, fill us in on this row over reported plans to open a new direct provision centre in Rooskey in County Leitrim.
Yes, Sonia, I mean, Rooskey, County Leitrim, for starters, where is it? What's it about? Well, I suppose in 100 years, famous for what? Famous for the birthplace of the former Taoiseach Albert Reynolds. It had a substantial factory for a lot of those years. 500 people worked there, but nowadays, about 500 people live in the little village on the Roscommon-Leitrim border, just off the N4. It's been bypassed. It's on the Shannon, but there's been a hell of a kick up there since last Monday when word broke through about what was going to happen to the old hotel. It's owned by a man called James Kiernan, so Wicklow-based businessman.
Should I buy it off him?
But he told me that he's a company which will provide a direct provision centre. He says it has 40 bedrooms. He expects about 80 people. The company involved expected up to 25 of those people will be children, and they'll be on site. Now, the word broke earlier in the week, and a lot of reaction. The community had been hoping for a tourism venture in that hotel. There was a bidder. He was in town 3 months ago saying he was trying to buy the hotel, so you can imagine the local reaction today. Andrew Reynolds is one of the first people heard about it. He's a contractor for food. He was one of the first people made aware of the proposal earlier in the week. He's also a Fine Gael activist, a would-be local election candidate, and he told me this morning about the reaction at a public meeting in the village this week.
Or definitely no racist view came out of the meeting we had the other night. The meeting we had on Monday night was a representative of every single local community group, from the GPs to the school. Communities on both sides of the bridge were represented. There was absolutely no racist view at that meeting whatsoever. There was 28 or 29 people attended that meeting, and the whole consensus was that it was absolutely necessary that the facilities in Rooskey needed to be improved if these people were to have any form of quality of life in the village.
So, what else are people saying in terms of those who are trying to help this direct provision centre to open in Rooskey, Kieran?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen this before, Anya. I mean, we had this in Ballahadreen in County Roscommon last year. You remember the initial reaction, and then the agencies come in. So people are asking questions today. People like Elizabeth Reynolds I spoke to at the school this morning are saying that school is packed. There's no capacity in the school. The GP locally, one of the GPs retired recently. The people who are there say they're overworked. There's no public transport. So on face value, there seems to be a point to argue there. And there has been criticism in general about these decisions in the past, and is it picking locations in these rural areas. This morning my colleague Niamh Nolan spoke to Rosemary Hennigan. She's the policy officer of the Irish Refugee Council.
the thing that we're seeing increasingly is the shortage of capacity generally in direct provision. It's leading to homelessness, it's leading to people out in the streets, and we're seeing that every day in our independent law centre, the Irish Refugee Council. So we're trying to help people as best we can, but the response seems to be really just a very knee-jerk reaction, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of long-term planning about how we can best have a policy in place which systemically is best for these local communities and for the people who are coming to Ireland seeking asylum.
Rosemary Hennigan from the Irish Refugee Council, ending that report from Kieran Mullooly, our Midlands correspondent, on the controversy in Rooskey over plans for a new direct provision centre.
Zach, what's your opinion on that? I believe people deserve to live, especially kids and women, family. Oh. Listen, it's not. I can't put words together. So drunk. I know what I'm trying to say is not racist. It is being racist. The fact of the matter is, if it were people they knew, or neighbours, I mean, that needed somewhere to live, they'd probably be alright with that, because they don't know them. And the whole race issue is huge now, because what Trump is doing in America, make America great again. No, it's making it worse. It's a similar situation that is fear-mongering people. They're just uneducated and simple to think that immigrants, which majority of people are immigrants anyway. Just because you're born in the country doesn't mean you're not an immigrant. You came from an immigrant. Oh, it's too early for me to talk about politics. Everybody deserves a place to live and bring up the kids. So therefore, that's how I'm leaving that. I'm a communist and proud. Anti-Trump London. Trump is a communist. Trump is a fucking... Oh my god. That doesn't make sense. Trump is a white supremacist. His father was part of the KKK. And over there, your queen is part of the fucking Nazi regime, by the way. Cop on to that one too. But the Nazi means Workers' Party. I should do that. I would get really kicked for that. I was just going to scratch my head. No. I'm far left, not far right. That's my own political beliefs. And by the way, if it is the salute, it's with the right hand, not the left hand, so I'm okay. Just to educate the small few. Anyways, here we go.
Listen, we have a little song, it's a little bit of fun. We want you all to join in and have the crack with this one. Because the song tells a story of the great resilient Irish people, you see. And the story is called...
People are fleeing from a lot of countries in... the Ratangan people that were in Ratangan down Indonesia, they should go to Ratangan here in Ireland, and they'd be like Ratangan people in Ratangan, and I'm thinking that is a great place for them to live, and I look after them, I would. And there's a bus going back and from Ratangan to, and they can always say like, where are you from? I'm Ratangan. So where's where the Ratangan people should go to Ratangan? I have it all worked out perfectly. Here's a crazy thing for you all. This here is a PlayStation Vita memory card. That little bit of plastic, I can't drink it. You can probably eat it. Cost me €50. €50 for that little bit of plastic. Oh my god. No, I'm going to head out now, Zach. I'm going to the pub. But we'll be back later on. I'm going to start streaming and I'll go out. I'm charging my phone now at the minute. So, as soon as that baby's charged, Bobby's go. Yeah. Only for about half an hour or so. We'll be doing a long stream. Tom knows the words, I don't, so they're right on fucking well. We meet again.
now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and
every highway,
and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets,
I had a few,
but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway. Much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, had my fill, my share of losing, and now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has none to save the past. He truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows. I did it my Yes, it was my way.
Love you, Frankie. Fun fact about Frank Sinatra. He couldn't keep the beat. Well, he can sing songs, but he can never keep up with the with the music. He's always out of time. That's what I'm trying to say. He's always out of time. Oh. After this one, now I'm definitely going pub. This is the reason why I hate X Factor, fucking the thing, the chairs, and every fucking thing. Yeah, and he wants to be whatever, a fucking celebrity, shite. Because they ruin these songs. They should not be touched. These songs should not be touched. And this song was destroyed by so many fucking wannabes.
TV changing the channel.
Should not be touched. It's like John Lennon's songs should not be touched. The Beatles and all that should not be touched. Art Garfunkel. Paul Simon. I only wish we could keep people alive. It's the only wish I have in the world is just keep people alive. Good people. Good, decent people alive.
Darkness comes and pain is all around. Oh, just like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water.
Ironically, it's one of the songs I don't like doing so much because it's overdone. But, yeah. Amazing. That's that party piece. Used to be. Careful. Living the call you anytime you want me to call you. I don't even know you. Unless you're somebody else with a different name. Right, yeah. I'll give you a call anytime I want to call you. Which won't be anytime soon. I don't have a phone number. How am I going to call you? Unless I don't know. What? Are you somebody that I have down on my friends list? Maybe Facebook or something, I don't know.
That seems fair.
No! How do I have your phone number, B-boy? Oh! Oh. I reckon you know who I am. If you're going to the pub, I'm going to the pub now in a while and probably see you somewhere.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man.
Turn what off, Jeff? No, B-boy, I'm actually on Facebook, but anyways, that's another story. Turn what off, Jeff? Oh. Music's gone. I was told. Not hardcore now. My sister took away me whiskey, me Paddy's whiskey earlier on. And yeah, so I'm not drinking hardcore, fortunately. Well, I can't drink whiskey, but I would have drank that bottle. It was a legging of fucking Paddy's whiskey, the nicest whiskey you can get. Either that or Jameson's. Fucking fantastic, and she rubbed it off me. So I can't drink any whiskey anymore. I have to go to the pub and get a whiskey.
I was born in a Dublin street where the lion runs the deed, and the loving English beat they dropped all over us. And every single night after his father came home tight, he'd invite the neighbours outside of his home. Come out, Dick and Pan, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you want medals down in Flanders. How the Irish.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm not getting shit. I don't know what. I don't even know where B-boy says I have his phone number. I can get a banana. I think I have the money for a banana. You know what? A banana. Maybe an apple. I don't have any money whatsoever. I'm so poor.
Alan Larkin and O'Brien, how you bravely call them swine. Robert Emmett, who you hung and drew and quartered. High upon the scaffold high, how you murdered Henry Joy. And our property boys in Wexford knew the score. Come out, Dick and Pan, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the lovely lane to the
Yeah, no money. Can I get a banana?
Well, the day is coming fast and the time is nearly past when each journey will be cast aside before us. And if there be a need, then we can forsake on steam for the bar to Stephen Billy's home.
Yeah, that's a good song. Oreo cereal. Come here now. Here's the thing. Is that really nice? Oreo cereal. Oh. Yeah, tell Paul to come over to me, because he's supposed to be in here the other night, Jeff, and he never came in to me, so I don't know what the story is. I'll stay for another hour if he drops in now. Not a bother. He never dropped in the other night, for fuck's sake, Jeff. Ugh.
That's it. You're going to support your chin with
Let people do their own fucking thing. I'm not bothered about it.
baby on her tummy. And you're going to gently tap and rub her back. That's perfect.
Walmart. I'm in poxy fucking Ireland. Are you in America now? Still awake? Oh, this so fucking God knows how long. You're like your East Coast is like 5 hours behind me. And England as well. And 6 hours from France. Walmart! Oh my God.
And also move in a circular motion. Babies often find that rhythmic move.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You have to come quick because I'll probably fucking drink you. There you go. Bobby's going to pub! After this, I'm going to be comical songs. This goes on for fucking 9 minutes. This one's for Tam. Thanks, Zach. Get the next taxi, will you? We can share it. We can share it, and we can drink together. It's Highland Paddy by the Wolf Tones. And it goes on for 10 minutes, boy. I'm like 41 now, right? I started driving when I was 17, 18. And the fastest I ever drove a car was 80 mile an hour. Down the bypass from Kildare to Dublin. I opened up that, it was an Opel fucking it was a diesel. And I opened it up And the father beside me, because he had to be beside me, because I hadn't passed my licence at the time, so you had to have a passenger beside you. With a full licence. And I opened that car up like there was no tomorrow. It was so smooth. It was so good, and the lights were just, all the junctions were just there, free for me to just go through. I used to bring my father, he's dead to me now, I don't know if he's still alive, he's dead or anything like that. Yeah, it was insane, yeah, when you think about it. Think about now, B-Boy, would I do it now if I had a car? With a full licence? No. No fucking way, because I have friends that were in accidents beforehand, and I'll be so much conscious about it. Because I was so young, I was just like, fucking, yeah, no bother. You know what I mean? 205 miles per hour. Wow. Is that the same fucking thing? Hey. Zach. I went to the moon and back. But actually, B-Boy, that's a good question. Yeah, how fast did I ever drive a car? That was unreal. I'm completely insane. In the crew, so people play that fucking game. I got half another pint before I go, lads.
That flew into the prison of one of these new ministers says the water in the joint. Early one morning as the branchman they were sleeping, a little helicopter flew across the sky.
I know for a fact I'll never drive a car that fast again.
Some prisoners were walking, they're ready for inspection, says
the water in the joint.
And it's up like a bird, and it's over the city. 3 men are missing, I heard the water cry. Sure, it must have been a bird that flew into the prison. Oh, one of these new ministers says the water in the joint. Down in the yard, through the pushing and the shoving, 3 of the...
Whereabouts in Dublin am I? I'm in Tallaght. Cattle, I told you this before. I'm in Tallaght. And Tallaght in the Irish is Howlett, which means a plague grave. So I live in the plague grave, basically. Yeah. I love people. There's a young one over there in America. Her name's leaving me now, and she became I think it was 3 years ago. She became world champion in drag racing, and her father done it, her brother, her father, and her grandfather, and they're all into drag racing. And yeah, she's the first female. I would say in America, like the World Series in baseball, the same things like the World Series of drag racing. I think the only place in the world that is legalized is in America. So therefore, yeah, she won the drag racing series, first female. Can't remember her name. Sonia O'Sullivan, that's her name. Yeah, Sonia O'Sullivan. She's a great drag racer. Yeah. The last time she was racing, she shot herself. But she wasn't like you on Radcliffe over there in England, where she had done it on the road. Like Radcliffe, she kind of shot herself on the side of the street and kept on running. Where Sonia Sullivan just went around the track and then she said, look, no, I've diarrhea, I'm gone. No, bye. And she went to the toilets. Oh. Zach, there's a question.
She made me try it on the wish of mine for years. In memory of your father, dear, she said.
And by the way, it's not their fault, they had the runs.
It's just a broad black river, ribbons straight and torn by the careless whisk of many's amount of breeze. An old trench coat that's of battle stained and worn, and breeches almost red bare at the knees. A stand round belt with the
What car was it, Zach?
that's been empty many's a day. But not for long, but when men came Ireland's freedom, the one should choose to lead them over the broad black river of the IRA.
It was the uniform been worn by me father long ago, when he reached me mother's homestead.
I was going to buy you a pizza.
Uniform been worn in the little church below. Not Father Mac, he blessed the parish moon.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to head out now in a few minutes, so, yeah. I have to ring a taxi, I have to bring down the bottles. I have 3 bags of bottles to bring to the bottle bank. Because I'm very good at recycling. And so I have to ring a taxi, then I will stream from the pub somewhere. I don't know if anybody wants to be interested in me streaming. I'll probably do a tele thing when I go around and show you exactly where I am. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
The buckle big and strong, and a holster that's been empty many's a day. But not for long, but when men came Ireland's freedom.
You crashed, Zach. Did you? Oh, fuck me. Did you crash? 120 miles per hour? Maybe I'm getting that wrong.
Mother has preserved it all the while. One day she made me try it on the wish of mine for years. In memory of your father.
B-boy, who are you asking?
December, and she was smiling.
I'll give me your first name. Your first name is Robbie. Oh. Sort of name, you can work it out for yourself.
Black river, the ribbon straight and torn by the careless whisk of many's amount of breeze. An old trench coat that's of battle stained and worn, and breeches almost ever at the knees. A sound round belt with the buckle big and strong, a holster that's been empty many's a day. But not for long.
B-boy, what car were you in at the time? It was probably a small one. It was like a Fiat Panda or something, was it? I don't think you can get that speed. Jesus, you'd be scraping the engine out of it. What were you in?
As I was climbing into bed, my poor granny said, I looked right off the window and the army had a raid. The house was soon surrounded, they bothered the front door in. I knew the court to take away the little me.
That's a fucking monster car, man. That's an animal.
You got to spread a warning when the army they come in. She opened up the window and she
I've got pictures. Have you got any pictures of the car and the whole lot? You just throw it up there and you see them in the stream here.
Till then took it a whistle.
I'll post them.
Wailing hell. And soon we heard the echo was the neighbours below as well. And it was scream, bang, shout, raising awful din. You got to spread a warning when the army they come in. A soldier came right up the stairs, his rifle in his hand. She kicked him with her button boots and along the halls she ran. Then up and stepped another one, some medals for
I told you to how you down with a friend already.
Well, he got right up the covers and let me granny's win. And it was scream, bang, shout, raising awful din. You got to spread a warning when the army they roars like thunder as the pins and whistles played. The army soon retreated, they knew they'd overstepped. It wasn't made of silver, it was only made of tin. But once again it saved the street, the little maker on his bin, and it was scream, bang, shoot, raise an awful din. You've got to spread a warning when the army they come in. Now war has had its weapons since men began to fight, and everyone has different ways to try and show their might. The army has tried everything to cover up its sins, and now the plastic bullets fail, they're trying plastic pins, and it will scream, bang, shoot, raise an awful din. You've got to spread a warning when the army they come in. Go home, kind friends, and go to bed, sleep as best you can. But if trouble comes along, get out and lend a hand. To all you fair young ladies, if trouble does begin, get out into your backyard, love, and rattle away at your bin, and it will scream, bang, shoot, raise an awful din. You've got to spread a warning when the army they come in, and it will scream, bang, shoot, raise an awful din. You've got to spread a warning when the army they come in.
Now, where was I? Let's keep us on now, right? Where's the old parade? No, I can't. It's too early. Did the rifles today, are they? Helicat on the crew too. Oh, okay, yeah, no bother. I'm definitely going to get kicked off YouTube. Oh, there's a moderator waiting for me. B-boy, why would I want you to go? No, I never want anybody to go. And you sound like a decent chap anyway. Well, you read like a decent chap. I haven't heard your voice yet. Well, you read like a decent chap. But you can go if you want to. But you don't have to. Yeah, stick it on YouTube, B-boy. Oh.
Where are you not going out?
I'm going now to get your alcohol.
Oh, shut up about that. Yeah, bring me bottle today.
Yeah, your bottles and then get more alcohol.
Oh,
Wait, I'll be back in, back in a bit.
I'll do it myself.
No, I'll do it myself. It's grand. Will you ring a taxi for me?
No.
As we gathered in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about these past few weeks. Oh, will they say we failed? From our school days they have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this time,
what?
Ring now.
Yeah.
Here with me. Oh, grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They take me out at dawn, and I will die. With all my love, I'll place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these great men, my love for this dear land. So when Maury called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Oh, grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They take me out at dawn, and I will die. With all my love, I'll place this wedding ring on your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn, as I walk out, my thoughts will be with you. And I'll write some words upon the wall, so everyone will know I love so much that I could see his blood upon the road. Oh, grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They take me out at dawn, and I will die. With all my love, I'll place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now there won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye.
Oh, man. Some of the songs a bit early. I have to do Dolores. I'd hate myself if I didn't do Dolores.
Oh, is Cheese back, lady? She was going to inspire young minds, like Robin Williams in that film. Well,
Serious help. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here as well. Apparently. I need to go. Taxi on the way. Gotta run. Phone is at 60%. So, we're looking for charge time. A few cans. No, that's right. Seriously, 76 subs. Oh my god. Do you know, Cal, I was only 71 there yesterday. I have 76 subs of people just. Oh. Why? God, what are you? Everything goes on this. Yeah, everything goes on this channel. Why'd you rob my name? What am I? I don't know. Your explanation and your maybe you describe for me. Yeah, we come back to stream. I'm 76 subs. Oh, I think people hate me. But then again, I'm so lovable. I'm shit at games, but I talk a lot of sense. You know what, Cal? I haven't even started doing my channel around Dublin bus now, and all buses have Wi-Fi, so I can easily do a good channel around the world, which is Ireland. And I also have a free pass. On that note, I think I'm going to have to leave. Taxi on the way. Talk to you in a while on the smartphone. This phone is even more smart than I am. It doesn't say much. But unless you ring somebody, it talks to you. got the word. Like and subscribe my channel if you want to like and subscribe to me. Not to me, Robbie. Like and subscribe. Just like or whatever. Or just give me abuse. It's all good once you're watching. Apparently, I have no bank account. I'm not making money off this thing. I was asked that question before, Zach. I'm not making money off this shit. But anyways, YouTube, tap me up. Right, folks, goodbye. Bless, take care. I'm heading off. Nice talking to you.